Next, we're tracking a tropical wave that's headed our way with a 60% chance of developing. Models have shifted west, and I'll show you why flooding is a bigger concern.
Plus, hear from neighbors who saw and felt this massive laundromat explosion. Coming up.
Tonight's primetime Olympic events on WESH 2 are sponsored by Orlando Health Jewett Orthopedic Institute's walk-in clinics. Visit orlandohealth.com/walk-in.
Now at 7, our first warning weather team is tracking the tropics, the disturbance that could pose a threat to Central Florida.
This is all that's left of a laundromat after an explosion sent debris flying.
She put the money in the machine and hit the start button, and that's when everything exploded.
What investigators believe may have been the cause.
We're also following the brutal attack of a man waiting for his Uber.
He stabbed me in the neck, stabbed me in the lower back kidney area, a gash on the other side of my neck right there. I think this dude was out to kill somebody.
Plus, a gunman hanging out of a car window, opening fire. How deputies say you can help them catch a killer.
Local, live, late breaking. WESH 2 News starts now.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Jesse Pagan.
And I'm Sonica Adange. As you can see, we have storms popping up across Central Florida right now, but we also have a tropical wave trying to develop into something in the Atlantic. First warning Chief Meteorologist Tony Manolfi is standing by with the latest track that everyone is keeping a close eye on. And Tony, it looks like the latest models show the system coming to Florida.
Yeah, and slowing down, so that could be a flood threat. But listen, I want to show you what's going on, Sonic. A lot more showers and thunderstorms today. Organizations trying to get a little bit better today, so we're going to have to watch this. If this is able to get a little bit stronger, I don't think it would be a slow mover like the models are indicating earlier today. So that's the one thing I'm hopeful for, that we actually don't have a tropical depression, but something maybe just a little bit stronger, because those tend to move a bit more quickly with the steering flow. At any rate, you can see the showers and storms on the increase in and around Puerto Rico. That's going to be Hispaniola tomorrow, the southeastern Bahamas, with a 60% chance likelihood now of becoming a tropical depression here as we head through the next couple of days, if not even before the weekend. Now, the problem today is twofold. Number one, the models have adjusted more towards the west, more in line with the American GFS, which was the outlier yesterday. But more importantly, a few of them are looping around and slowing down before either exiting off to the east or exiting off towards the west. And that's what has a lot of forecasters today concerned, because a lot of the models are generating a significant amount of rain. And I'll show you them a little bit later on. But what I want you to know right now, with no low really well defined, the models are still struggling to lock into that scenario. So that is subject to change with each passing model run. Time frame for me, based upon what I'm seeing today, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Bottom line is we want you to keep checking back in. None of the models are forecasting a hurricane. That is not likely with it in close proximity to land. But I do want to show you these rainfall forecasts coming up here in just a little bit. Before we do that, though, showers and storms are now developing. They're away from the attractions. It'll get busy out west. I'll show you futurecast straight ahead, guys.
Thank you, Tony. I remember WESH 2 is your home for surviving the season. For the latest updates on the tropics from our team of first warning meteorologists, download the free WESH 2 app and turn on the alerts for breaking updates on any big storms headed our way.
A Brevard County man cannot believe he's still alive after surviving a knife attack on a busy street outside a popular place for nightlife.
That happened on King Street near the Cocoa Village. The victim told WESH 2 he survived being stabbed twice in the neck by a stranger. Now, WESH 2 reached out to Cocoa Police for an on-camera interview. We wanted to ask if this was an isolated case and if they're looking for anyone else. We will update when we hear back. More, meantime, we'll face an arraignment hearing in the coming weeks.
Deputies in Orange County are hoping this video will lead to an arrest. Take a close look here. You can see someone hanging out of the passenger window, firing shots that ended up killing Angel Martinez. This happened June 18th on Pershing Avenue and Reddit Road around 2 in the morning. Deputies are looking for a silver BMW 3. If you recognize this car, call Crime Line.
Tonight we're learning more about the intense moments that unfolded in a Daytona Beach jewelry store that ended with the shooting death of the store's owner.
As WESH 2's Pamela Combe explains, 2 witnesses stepped in and brought down the suspect. John Krager already had his first appearance in court. He's due back in court on August 13th.
A Virginia man is behind bars in Volusia County tonight after police say he ran from a traffic stop and crashed into a retention pond.
You realize how many people you could have hurt?
Daytona Beach police say they spotted Grant Allen Simmons driving a car reported stolen Monday. Officers deployed stop sticks and the car crashed through a barricade and ended up in a pond. They say he then tried to run away, but officers were able to arrest him. Simmons faces charges including grand theft of a motor vehicle and eluding police. OneBlood is asking the more than 250 hospitals it serves to activate their critical blood shortage protocols. That's after the group fell victim to a ransomware attack. They say they're still able to collect, test, and distribute blood, but they have to do it manually. That takes them a lot longer. The city's center, is also trying to figure out the full scope of the attack.
If your information has been exposed, they will be providing that 6-month credit monitoring that they're obligated to pretty much provide. But they don't have any answers yet since this just happened so recently.
OneBlood is urging people to donate blood. They say all types are needed, but there's a more urgent need for O positive and O negative.
Vapes and weapons on campus have been a huge issue across Volusia County schools. But a new partnership between the district and the state attorney's office is hoping to change that. One of the programs they're hoping to add would require students to take a course the first time they're caught vaping. They'll also start posting public service announcements with testimonials of Volusia students negatively impacted by vapes.
It's not just a, oh, well, I vaped in the bathroom, I got a suspension or a referral. No, if this continues, there is a real concern. So by being proactive and educating them on this piece, hopefully we can save them from getting in trouble in the future.
We're expecting to learn more about the program next week.
Defense contractor Draper is announcing a major expansion in Brevard County. This is the spot near US 1 and State Road 405 where a new $60 million facility will be built. Here's an artist rendering from Draper showing the new building that will produce highly classified equipment for Navy submarines and ballistic missiles. Preparations for the construction are underway. Draper hopes to hire more than 100 engineers, technicians, and other staff. SpaceX is moving its splashdowns to the other side of the country.
That's as the frequency of launches means more chances for debris landing where it shouldn't.
It's unfortunate because we have been able to see these splashdowns in the Atlantic, sometimes overhead on rare occasions, and also when it comes back into Port Canaveral.
But first, an explosion destroys a strip mall, putting several people in the hospital. What officials think may have caused the blast.
The Olympic Zone.
Live from Universal Orlando Resort.
Join us each night during the Paris Olympics.
For in-depth coverage of the games.
The highlights.
Medal counts.
And a behind-the-scenes look at what's happening from Paris.
Plus, follow our own local athletes on their quest to win gold. We are thrilled to be hosting the Olympic Zone.
Live from Universal Orlando Resort. Are you ready for the games?
We are.
Tonight at 7:30. Brought to you on WESH 2 by Advent Health.
Central Florida traffic can be brutal, but Megan Mackey is here to help you navigate it all.
Consider me your local transportation expert.
This is what First Warning traffic looks like with Megan Mackey, and it's here on WESH 2 News.
First Warning weather on WESH 2 is sponsored by American Air and Heat.
New surveillance footage shows the terrifying moments that sent several people to the hospital. An explosion in Ocala ripped through a laundromat.
WESH 2's Spencer Tracy is working to find out what might have sparked it. Ocala Fire Rescue says everyone who was hurt is okay, and the 2 people in the hospital are now out. We reached out to the owner of the laundromat, and we're waiting to hear back.
With more launches than ever before, SpaceX says the future Dragon spacecraft splashdowns will land in the Pacific Ocean instead of near the Florida coast. The reason for the shift is because of safety. Recently, space junk linked to SpaceX landed near a North Carolina home. Experts say the odds of injury are astronomically small, but the consequences of someone getting hurt would be huge. Crew 9 is set to blast off next month. Their splashdown will still take place in the Gulf of Mexico or in the Atlantic. The first West Coast splashdown may start with Crew 10 sometime next year. The future of our Space Coast is one of the big topics in our local elections, especially for Florida State House District 33, which covers part of Brevard County, largely in the area of Palm Bay and from the Osceola County line east to the beaches.
WESH 2 has been holding a series of debates ahead of the Florida primary elections, and during the debate, the Republican candidates spoke on keeping the space industry in Brevard County.
when it comes to aerospace, engineering is our secret sauce, and I want to make sure that that remains incredibly important.
Brevard County is going to be the hub for space. If it goes to other parts around the state, I think that would be good for the state as a whole. I don't think it's going to steal away jobs from Brevard County.
What I would really like to see is new business brought in, because if you're not into aerospace, you don't have a good job over in Palm Bay, in that area, in District 33. You don't have it.
You can watch that full debate and all the other ones on our website, WESH.com. They're all under the Commitment 2024 tab.
A lot of gray skies out there where there aren't gray skies. There's rain. There's a lot going on.
She sounds like a meteorologist.
Thank you.
See,
is that a job?
We do listen to you.
Hey, we'll take it. We can use as many hands as we can get. We may need them, too, because the tropics guys are heating up. We have a couple storms out there as well. I want to take you outside right now and show you what it looks like on one of our weather cams. You can see a few rain shafts there. That is our little friendly wasp saying hi to us tonight. You can see, again, a couple rain shafts there with a couple of thunderstorms along the Lake Southwest Orange County line. Temperatures down that way in the mid-80s. Still 90 in DeLand and 89 up towards Daytona Beach. Live radar does show some increasing lightning strikes here through Marion and Sumter County, a few southern Sumter County, and a few now in Lake County, just outside now of Orange County. There's a look down at Ocala, down towards Interstate 75. Some pretty good showers and thunderstorms now. Watching the lightning in and around Bellevue along 75, and a little bit of a hail core here all of a sudden in southern Marion County as this storm is pulsing on up. We'll keep tabs on that for you as we go through the next hour or two. Here into southwest Orange County, over towards Claremont, a couple of rumbles of thunder here. 6 lightning strikes along 17 in the 429, just far enough away from the attractions that we are in good shape. Keynasville, Palm Bay, up and down I-95 in Brevard County, we are in excellent shape. We take a look at the 12-hour forecast, watching those storms off towards the west where they could have impact on your evening plans, especially in Marion, Sumter, and Lake counties. Overnight low temperatures tonight once the storms wind down, falling back into the mid and the upper 70s. As we take a look now at futurecast for Thursday, notice the coverage getting going. 3, 4, 5 o'clock and then off towards the west, and we'll do it all over again on Friday. Notice a little bit more moisture coming up out of the Caribbean and the Bahamas well in advance of our tropical wave. That again is going to add a little bit of additional moisture over the next couple of days as it heads our way. Low 90s at the beaches, middle 90s through the interior. Feels like temperatures Daytona Beach tomorrow peaking at about 103, 104, maybe 105. Downtown Orlando here right around 106, 107, very close to a heat advisory criteria. So the pools will be a great place to be. Just watch the lightning strikes by early to mid-afternoon. All right, switching gears, heading to the tropics. Plenty more coverage of showers and thunderstorms now with this tropical wave, which is moving into an environment that's becoming more and more favorable for development, and you can see that envelope here from the eastern Gulf of Mexico over Florida and off towards the Carolinas. There's a good reason for that. Look at all the global models now. The western extent of that orange polygon right about here, the eastern extent up towards the Carolinas. Notice the shift though in the models off towards the west. There's a good reason for that. The global models today are more towards the west and weaker, but look at the Euro and the GFS side by side hanging around Central Florida Monday, Tuesday, and potentially even on into Wednesday before things begin to pull away. And with a slower moving system, rainfall could be heavy. And when rainfall becomes heavy, you have to watch out for flooding. So for me, that's going to be a biggie. So here's what I want you to know. No defined low means we're still going to see this model flip-flop. Timing frame right now Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Just keep checking back in. We'll keep you up to date on any severe risk, any heavy rain potential, and where it's exactly going to be headed over the next couple of days. Thursday, Friday, 95 on into the weekend, and early next week, we're tracking the tropics and that moisture headed our way, guys.
Olympic Zone is next on WESH 2.
Stuart Moore and Michelle Imparato are live on City Walk at Universal Studios with what you can expect. Hey, guys.
Sonica and Jesse, hey guys, to you as well. We are at the beautiful Universal Orlando Resort. It's a perfect day out, making up for yesterday when we had lightning. And we got some special content tonight. Katie Ledecky back in the pool, the GOAT doing what GOATs do, winning another gold medal.
It was such a great day for her. And I sat down with 5-time Olympic gold medalist swimmer Aaron Pearsall. We talked about life and his time competing in the Olympics and his favorite memories.
You'll see us coming up live on the Olympic Zone at 7:30 and more of our crowd. Let's join us here at City Walk.
This First Morning Weather Update is sponsored by attorney Dan Newlin.
The Wizarding World is expanding the magic in Central Florida.
Yeah, Universal Orlando announced the Wizarding World of Harry Potter will be one of the new worlds at Epic Universe. The 5th and final world. It will span countries and time periods there at Epic. Guests will walk through a portal to begin in 1920s Paris, as Universal invites you into the world of fantastic beasts for the first time. There, you'll find the Wizarding World's first full-scale indoor theater production, the traveling magical circus that fans will likely recognize from the Crimes of Grindelwald.
Anytime you do something for the third time, here in Orlando, you want it to be special. You want to make sure that it stands out from the other two lands, Hogsmeade and Diagon Alley, but you also know that you have this new area to play with, this new world to immerse guests in.
The Flu Network will then transport you to 1990s Britain, where you'll find the world's new ride, Harry Potter and the Battle at the Ministry, taking place after the fall of Voldemort. Epic Universe is set to open next year. You can head to WESH.com to see more behind the scenes.
All right.
And by the way, this was all released on Harry Potter's birthday, July 31st. Speaking of birthdays, somebody's celebrating a 149th birthday.
Yes, today the city of Orlando is celebrating its 149th birthday. Now, according to the Florida Historical Society, on this day in 1875, the town of Orlando was incorporated with a total population of 85.
Oh my gosh.
Today, the city of Orlando is more than 300,000 people strong.
So many more moving here every day.
Yeah. All right, we have several stories we're following for you tonight.
Business leaders getting to meet local candidates vying to get their vote in the primary.
Plus, at least 2 people are dead and dozens are sick or in the hospital after a listeria outbreak tied to Boar's Head. Hear from local businesses feeling the impact after pulling 7 million pounds of deli meats off the shelves.
Wow.
All right, that does it for now. Join us again at 10 on CW18 and at 11 on WESH 2.
The news is always on at WESH.com.
Time and Temp brought to you by Boniface Hires, warranty forever. Thank you.
The crowd